Show me the money. No, guys. Today I want to talk to you about a common misconception that a lot of people have. I want to talk to you about the components of an offer. So a lot of people think that price is the biggest component of an offer. Yes, price is important, but there are some other very important things to consider that can make or break a deal. Because remember, you never know what's really important to the other side, right? And there could be something small that you may not think may be of big significance that really changes the way that the deal goes. So some things to consider other than price is deposit. Now, there is no standard amount for a deposit. All the deposit shows is that you have good financial strength, that you intend to move forward with the deal. The deposit gets held in trust. However, again, consider the fact that it does show the sellers that there is strong financial strength there. So just some things to consider when you're thinking about how much of a deposit to put down on a deal. A lot of people think it's not a big deal, and sometimes it can really be because, again, it shows financial strength. Chattels. Now, those are the things that you are asking for. Some of them might be included in the listing. Often people include appliances thinking, you know what, I don't want to move them. We'll see how things work out. But again, they can be used as a bargaining chip. Appliances are expensive and they are hard to get your hands on sometimes. So that fridge, that stove, that washer, that dryer, that dishwasher, whatever the case may be, is it worth something, right? I know when I sold my house, very, very expensive appliances that I lost and still not replaced. Now, I left them because it seemed to have been the thing that made sense when we sold the house. However, looking back, I really wish I wouldn't have. And when those offers came in, had the buyer said to me, hey, you know, we'll let you take your appliances, that offer would have been more attractive to me, right? Especially if there is more than one offer on the table. The other thing to consider is conditions. So home inspection, financing, insurance, whatever other conditions are in the offer, okay? Now, I'm not saying not to put conditions in your offer. Absolutely, you want conditions in your offer. But if you are putting conditions in your offer, if your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed, you are not asking for a long period of time. For example, home inspections can generally be done either A, before we put in the offer, or they can be done within, 1 or 2 days, showing that, again, you intend to move the deal along. If you have everything lined up with your mortgage broker, usually that financing condition can be fulfilled rather quickly if we have all of our ducks in a row. So this is why it's so important to have these things done prior to us looking in the field. The other thing to consider is the closing date. So as a buyer, yes, you want to insert the choice of closing date that you want. Oftentimes, a seller will not put an exact date in there, right? Because again, they don't want to show their cards, right? So it doesn't make sense for them to put an exact date in there. However, it is a really good idea to put in a flexible closing date, to put in a seller's choice of closing date, or to ask, what are the sellers looking for? Because I have had buyers that have got a house because they accommodated the seller's choice of closing and they were not the highest price. So again, these are things that a lot of people make the common mistake of thinking, you know what, they're not a big deal. All that matters is the money. All that matters is that price. This is not true. Another tip for you guys is get a realtor that knows how to think outside the box and problem solve. And that's me.